Hello everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a driver is now facing numerous charges after striking 4 state police troopers on the side of a road. Plus, a woman defends herself after getting banned from Airbnb because of an alleged neo-Nazi connection. And parents are urged to have their children's vaccinations up to date if they want their kids to return to the classroom this year. Good morning, everyone. I'm Craig Colson. Emma Smith has the day off. We thank you so much for joining us. We're going to kick things off with a check of our forecast, and around here it looks like a pretty nice day. Partly cloudy skies, maybe a chance of a passing shower or two, but really no big deal. The big concern, of course, is what's going on down in the Gulf of Mexico with Hurricane Idalia coming ashore perhaps by tomorrow. There's also a hurricane churning away in the Atlantic, not expected to hit Maine or anything like that, but it could bring some stormy weather as it progresses. For more on what we can expect today, let's turn things over to Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today and access exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's a perfect gift for the summer. Showers moving through the region this morning, tracking from the southwest and going toward the north and east. This will mainly last during the morning period. We do have a slight chance for a few showers during the afternoon period, but the best opportunities are occurring now, mainly during the morning hours. As we zoom these out, there's more rain further down toward the south, just south of New York, and mainly over parts of the ocean. That's tracking off towards the north and east as well. This will stay away from us today, but we will have better chances for rain moving in as we head towards the daytime tomorrow. Futurecast for today showing a few raindrops. Will show some sunshine during the afternoon period as well. Later on tonight, clouds move in again. Showers begin as well as we head towards early Wednesday morning. The wind's not too bad, roughly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour at best today. Lingering in it tonight, maybe calming down just a bit as well, and not too bad as we head towards tomorrow, roughly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, maybe calmer farther inland as well, but a lot more wind over the ocean as we do move forward. As for today, not too bad. Upper 70s, partly cloudy, slight chance for a shower. That south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, middle 60s, showers moving in late, areas of dense fog as well, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing a partly cloudy sky, temperatures in the 70s with a slight chance for showers. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig?
All right, thank you very much. And we will certainly have the latest on those hurricanes a little later on in the program. Well, 4 state troopers continue to recover this morning after getting struck by a car. They were investigating a domestic disturbance Sunday night when a driver drifted into the breakdown lane and hit them. As Grace Blanchard reports, the driver is now facing serious charges.
Around 10 p.m. on Sunday night, 3 state troopers and a trooper recruit were responding to a family dispute in Hollis when suddenly a car traveling eastbound on Route 202 veered into the breakdown lane, striking all 4 troopers.
This is an unfortunate incident, which has a criminal investigation attached to it.
State troopers Jake Mowry, David Lemieux, Dakota Stewart, and trooper recruit Shane St. Pierre were standing at the end of a driveway on Hollis Road along Route 202 conducting interviews when the car suddenly entered the scene. Officials have identified 24-year-old Tyler Croston of Westbrook as the driver. He was traveling eastbound with a female passenger.
All 4 of those troopers were struck by that vehicle, operated by Mr. Croston.
All 4 were transported to Maine Medical Center in Portland for a variety of injuries.
Injuries were consistent of, broken bones to a variety of extremities. All 4 of the troopers were incapacitated. They were conscious and alert, but in significant distress at the scene.
Officials say it is unclear how fast Croston was driving, but police say there are no indications that he attempted to apply the vehicle's brakes. Croston is facing several charges at this time, and officials suspect narcotics to have been a factor in the incident.
And we consulted with the York County District Attorney's Office several times throughout the night. He was charged with aggravated OUI due to the injuries to the troopers, reckless conduct with a dangerous weapon, being the vehicle, in violation of conditional release. He was on violation bail conditions from a previous arrest.
According to officials, none of the residents at the scene were injured. 2 troopers still remain at Maine Medical Center but are in stable condition. The incident is still an ongoing criminal investigation being conducted by the York County Sheriff's Office. In Augusta, I'm Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A man is facing numerous charges following an alleged robbery attempt at the Holton McDonald's. Police say 19-year-old Cody Terrian of Springville was armed with a knife and wearing a black mask when he walked into that restaurant Saturday night. Officials say he assaulted 2 employees and demanded money. He also became angry and started throwing items around the store before fleeing with an undisclosed amount without any money actually. He didn't get any cash. Police later tracked him down in a wooded area near Holton Regional Hospital and placed him under arrest. Terrian is now charged with robbery, assault, criminal threatening, and failure to submit to arrest. His bail was set at $10,000 cash. 2 men are lucky to be alive following a terrible crash in Littleton. Police were called to Route 1 a little after 9 o'clock Monday morning after a car went off the roadway and into the woods. If you look closely there, you can see the vehicle all crumpled up in there among the trees. Police say it struck a utility pole before coming to a rest against a stand of trees. 2 people were spotted walking away from the accident scene. 20-year-old Dominic Weber of Corinna was the driver. Both he and a passenger were brought to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Authorities say excessive speed and alcohol are believed to have been factors in the crash, which remains under investigation. Maine State Ferry Service crew members are reminding everyone about the use of crucial life-saving equipment after rescuing a kayaker in distress off of Islesboro. The ferry was traveling from Lincolnville to Islesboro on Friday, and as the ferry was nearing its destination, crew members noticed an overturned kayak in the water. Christian Rudman was one of the crew members on board. He says the captain made a decision to offload the ferry and investigate the kayak closer. And that's when they were finally able to see that the kayaker in distress was actually there. A woman was treading water, and crew members jumped into action.
We were pretty much almost right up on the kayak when we actually did finally see her in the water. She wasn't wearing a life jacket, was dressed all in black, and with the sea state and the heavy rain, she was almost next to impossible to see in the water. Our boat engineer, he had the boat over the side of the ship and ready for us. We hopped in, launched, got up to her, was able to safely pull her into the boat.
Well, Rudman says he's grateful they were able to notice the kayaker when they did and reminds everyone to wear a life jacket at all times when they're out on the water. A woman has been banned from Airbnb due to her link with an infamous neo-Nazi named Christopher Pohlhaus, but she claims she didn't know about his political beliefs until it was too late. Devin Dagnall with the exclusive interview.
I am certainly not a white supremacist or a neo-Nazi or any of that. I pride myself on helping other people, of not judging others, and this place is a safe place.
That's Kathy Greer, the owner of the Loon's Nest Lodge at Silver Lake in Lee, and she's been banned from using Airbnb as of Sunday. Regarding her banning, an Airbnb spokesperson said, after an investigation, it was determined a neo-Nazi leader had stayed at her residence and done work on the property while guests were present, and for that, her listings have been removed from the platform. According to Greer, the neo-Nazi leader, Christopher Pohlhaus, approached her last year and offered to clear a section of her land if she would provide lodging for him while he waited to close a deal on a nearby property.
And we were getting a lot of people who are here, purchasing property, staying here, waiting for the closing, looking at places, so that was not an unusual story.
Greer states during his stay, Pohlhaus kept to himself and rarely interacted with her or her guests, never allowing anyone to know him beyond surface level. Greer says when she started to see news articles about Pohlhaus in a local publication, she was worried that the young man who had cleared her property was being misrepresented. Greer says she was still unaware of his extremist ideology when she sent the letter to the editor of the Lincoln newspaper, stating people should make sure they have the full story about Pohlhaus. Greer says she didn't learn the full scope of Pohlhaus's racist views until she was recently approached by the FBI.
So the FBI said, well, he said, you know, in his travels, they found some neo-Nazi papers. And I'm like, oh.
However, Greer knew enough about Pohlhaus's personal life to cite the incident where he was banned from the Bangor Planet Fitness because of his visible swastika tattoo, stating in her letter, quote, "In my world, I would have spoken with Chris and asked him to either change his shirt or leave, and when he returned, we should not be able to see that." She also goes on in the letter to justify Pohlhaus's use of the swastika, citing uses in other cultures. She claims she now regrets that letter, and if she had known the full extent of what Pull House stood for, he wouldn't have been welcomed in the first place.
I guess if you're upfront enough to say that to me, then I have to be upfront enough to say, I'm sorry. You know, I can't put you up here.
At this time, Greer plans to continue her business without the help of Airbnb. In Lee, Devin Dagnall, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
A potentially explosive discovery was made Saturday afternoon at a home in Portland. Police responded to a home on Verrill Street where a woman said she discovered explosives while cleaning out the home of her late father. Police say the bombs included a Claymore mine and 2 hand grenades, and that some of them were unstable. Police used a robot to safely remove the explosives. No one was hurt and no charges are filed. And police say the daughter did the right thing by giving them a call. The Maine CDC's new permanent director began her new role yesterday. Dr. Puteri Vaugh was appointed to the position in late July. The agency says Dr. Vaugh was selected due to her, quote, extensive range of experience in primary clinical care, epidemiology, and public health emergency response, having most recently led the successful COVID-19 response in the Navajo Nation. Dr. Vaugh previously served as the director of the Division of Public Health in Chinle, Arizona. She returns to Maine having received her medical degree from the University of New England. Dr. Vaugh replaces Dr. Nirav Shah, who led the state through the coronavirus pandemic. He was appointed Principal Deputy Director at the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention and assumed his new role in March. With classrooms reopening this week, some districts say several of their students still don't have state-required vaccines. And we aren't just talking about COVID. Owen Kingsley has more.
Lewiston school officials say parental confusion during the pandemic led the district to relax enforcement for state-mandated vaccines for non-COVID illnesses.
During COVID, we didn't follow them as closely as we probably should have. And as we came out of that last year, nurses had gathered a list of students who were currently attending school that were not yet fully vaccinated in accordance with law.
It's state law for students to be vaccinated against things like polio, measles, mumps, chickenpox, and tetanus. Not having those shots can pose a serious health risk in schools.
The schools are essentially petri dish, right? You have hundreds and hundreds of people coming into one building space. The vaccines that are required from a public health perspective are really to prevent any kind of new outbreaks from things that, as a society, we have under control.
In March, the district began informing parents to get students those shots before the start of this school year. As of Friday, around 200 students are not fully vaccinated.
I think we're still in the hundreds of students that, when they come to school, 2 days from now, they're going to be reminded that you don't have your vaccinations.
With classes starting on Wednesday, Superintendent Langlis says they won't turn kids away from the classroom on the first day, but they are sending a serious message to parents.
We are required to follow the law, and parents have to make sure that their students are compliant, or by rule, we cannot enroll them.
And that was Owen Kingsley reporting. The time now is 8:13. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, how some federal dollars will help improve transportation options in Maine's rural communities. And also, an Orrington art teacher is leading a group of budding painters on a special retreat to the south of France. We'll hear all about it. But first, another check of our weather forecast. Looks like a partly cloudy day today with a chance of passing rain showers. The highs around 77 degrees. Showers with areas of dense fog overnight. Lows dropping down to the mid-60s. Tomorrow it looks like a more steady rain is on the way for your Wednesday. The highs tomorrow around 69.
Moosehead Medicine, Greenville's favorite dispensary. Our knowledgeable staff will guide you on your journey to find the perfect remedy specifically for you. From pain relief to relaxation, Moosehead Medicine has what you need to improve your well-being. Stop by Moosehead Medicine today and discover the power of nature's healing.
Now is the time to consider taking care of your driveway or parking lot. With more than 25 years experience, Harvey Paving and Seal Coating specializes in asphalt maintenance. A fantastic way to extend the life of your asphalt is by taking care of it, and we will fill in all the cracks and seal coat afterwards. This leaves your driveway with a beautiful finish looking like new. Why not increase the curb appeal of your residential or commercial space? Give us a call today at Harvey Paving and Seal Coating for a free quote, 262-0154.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Moosehead Medicine, Greenville's favorite dispensary. Our knowledgeable staff will guide you on your journey to find the perfect remedy specifically for you. From pain relief to relaxation, Moosehead Medicine has what you need to improve your well-being. Stop by Moosehead Medicine today and discover the power of nature's healing.
So I'm told that everything's homemade.
It's partially homemade.
Partially?
I mix it with Cheese Whiz.
Are you joking with me right now?
Having Gordon Ramsay here, I'm terrified.
Turn around and do it.
I'm the one with the knife.
They're just blaming each other. What is that? The smell. Oh my God. This place is a death trap. Shut it down.
Kitchen Nightmares returns Monday, September 25th on Fox.
Welcome back, everyone. The Maine Department of Transportation has announced it has received federal grants that will benefit 2 local nonprofits. Penquist and the Kennebec Valley Community Action Program will use the $650,000 to expand transportation service software to more rural communities. Our Doug Banks visited Penquist to learn more.
We're ecstatic here in Penquist and all the communities that we serve.
Covering 13,000 square miles, Penquist serves Penobscot, Piscataquis, Somerset, and Kennebec counties. The organization is one of 12 nationwide to apply for and receive federal grant money. The funds will allow the organization to expand the capabilities of its transportation software. One purpose behind the enhanced software is to bring efficiency, using up-to-date real-time data, expanding payment options, and dispatching capabilities.
With this software technology, we're able to utilize the providers that we have and find more capacity with those providers. And with that service, we'll be able to reach more people to get to their appointments that they need.
Penquist was hit hard during the pandemic, losing a significant number of drivers, and their numbers haven't fully recovered since. The ongoing issue led Penquist to apply for new federal funding through Maine DOT. Leaders say enhancements will help providers reach more Mainers.
There's families that live in tents that don't even have electricity or plumbing, and they're not able to even get transportation because they don't have friends or family to take them to these services. And that's what we want to do, is help these people in these communities.
More and more people have less opportunities to seek their own transportation, but still need those life services.
For more information about Penquist Transportation Services, visit our website. In Bangor, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, an Orrington resident is planning the trip of a lifetime. Lindsay Wyrick is leading a painting retreat in the south of France in 2024. Our Jody Hersey sat down with her to hear about the big trip to come.
Lindsay Wyrick of Orrington has been painting with watercolors since she was 5. Now this mother of 3 is planning a Paint Your Vacation retreat in the south of France. There, she and 16 other participants who watch her Frugal Crafter YouTube channel will be surrounded by inspiration.
We'll be spending a week in France, in the south of France, at this resort that's got beautiful gardens and landscapes, and it's out in the countryside. So we'll be painting there most days. There's a big barn that's been converted into an art studio.
Wyrick says that retreat participants will also get the opportunity to visit a botanical garden, take part in a wine tasting, and eat delicious French cuisine.
It's just going to be a vacation of a lifetime, I think, and just relax and paint and let your worries melt away, and yeah, get in that mind space of just creating beautiful things.
Wyrick says this trip planned for May of 2024 filled up in just 3.5 days.
And these retreats tend to be mostly women that come, and I think it's like a chance for them to be like, okay, my kids are set, my spouse is set, I can just go and do this for me.
However, those who can't find the time to travel can still paint their cares away from the comforts of their home.
So I have about 4,000 active students in my online classes, and then I have a YouTube channel with over 500,000 subscribers. So you can try the classes for free. Just watch my YouTube channel and you can paint along for free any day of the week.
In Orrington, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And the time now is 8:20. Coming up after the break, Hurricane Idalia continues to pick up strength as it turns toward Florida. We'll have the latest on the powerful storm. And then later on, remembering the works of Martin Luther King, 60 years after the March on Washington. Those stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
18 years from tonight, Grant Gill will become a legend when he totally kills it at his improv class's graduation performance. Knees will be slapped, suds will be sprayed. People won't know what hurts more, their cheeks or their sides. That's why he's already keeping himself in shape and razor sharp today with health tips and wellness tools from AARP to help make sure his health lives as long as he does. Because the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Saturdays, baseball's best are showing out on Fox.
Buckle up, it's going to be fun. What a play!
This is where MVPs are VIPs, and where aces always come in pairs. Saturday means it's showtime for Shohei and mealtime for Mandy. All the swag, all the salt, and all the slams.
Swing and a drive! Are you kidding me?
The biggest games on the best day of the week. Fox Saturday Baseball all season long.
And now hurricane warnings issued for parts of Florida's west coast, bracing for Idalia. The storm is expected to grow into a Category 3 hurricane, winds topping 115 miles per hour, with also life-threatening storm surge and possible tornadoes. Up to a foot of rain could also fall in isolated areas. And then last night, the National Hurricane Center moved the track slightly west, which is raising big concerns for Tallahassee. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the details.
This morning, Idalia is intensifying as it barrels towards Florida's west coast, set to become a major hurricane with mandatory evacuations ordered along the coast in at least 8 counties. Students at Eckerd College in St. Petersburg told to evacuate and to prepare their dorms for flooding from 6 to 9 inches of rain.
We had a dorm meeting and they said everybody out by 5 today, so it was scrambling to just get everything off the floor.
The storm already battering Cuba with flooding rains and winds up to 70 miles per hour. And now Florida's so-called Big Bend, a region north of the Tampa area and south of Tallahassee, is bracing for what's being described as life-threatening storm surge.
Those warm waters, that's the fuel. We expect rapid intensification to a Cat 1, a Cat 2, a Cat 3 by Wednesday morning. That's when landfall will occur. Rain, wind, and storm surge are big issues, especially here in this part of the Gulf, up to 12 feet of it.
The worst of the storm surge expected tonight into tomorrow morning. While the storm is projected to hit the more sparsely populated Big Bend area, experts warn it could shift at any point. Just like Hurricane Ian did last year when it shifted south, devastating the Fort Myers area and killing 149 people in the state. Being caught by surprise could be devastating for homeowners who may be without insurance this year. More than a dozen insurance companies have stopped writing home insurance policies in the state, blaming the rising cost and higher flood risks due to climate change. Farmers Insurance announcing just yesterday that it's cutting more than 2,400 jobs, 11% of its workforce, after ending home insurance coverage in Florida last month. The average policy in Florida now costs roughly $6,000. That's up 42% from last year. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Well, we're keeping a close eye on the storms churning around down south, too. For the latest on what we can expect today, let's turn things over to Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today and access exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's a perfect gift for the summer. Alrighty, this morning, showers are tracking from the southwest and going toward the north and east. We'll keep this going during the morning period, but we'll back off in coverage throughout the morning into the afternoon hours. Slight chance for a few showers still cannot be ruled out during the afternoon, but the best opportunities will be during the morning period, though. A lot going on in satellite imagery right now. We have this front right about in here helping to steer some of the tropical systems that are currently developing right now. We have a Dahlia right about in here that's expected to hit Florida, and of course Franklin now will stay away from us and track off towards the north and east. But meanwhile, another cold front moving through parts of the U.S. and Canada as well. Let's take a look at things right now as well. A lot of trouble though over in the tropics. We do have a Dahlia right about in here. Still a tropical storm is expected to become a hurricane very soon, and of course Franklin still a Category 4 hurricane as well. Here's the latest info that we have. 70-mile-per-hour tropical storm tracking to the north at 8 miles per hour for a Dahlia here. Then here's Franklin, 145-mile-per-hour hurricane tracking to the north at around 9 miles per hour. A Dahlia's projected path looks a little bit like this. It's supposed to track off towards the north and east as we do move forward, though, with landfall possible by Wednesday morning into Florida as a Category 3 hurricane. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets stronger, though. That Gulf of Mexico right now is very hot, so we'll have to watch to see how this thing develops. And, of course, they'll interact with land and continue to track off towards the east. As for Franklin, though, this is going to track off towards the north and east and pretty much not cause much issues for us, though, except maybe some rip currents along the coast, and that'll be about it there. But otherwise, though, futurecast moving forward, showing some clouds today, but that'll break up during the afternoon period, maybe a few raindrops as well from time to time. Overnight tonight, we'll be watching for clouds moving in. Showers again as we head towards early Wednesday morning. Better opportunities by late morning to the afternoon period. Even a few rumbles of thunder cannot be ruled out either, especially during the afternoon hours as well. And some decent chances for some rainfall as well, maybe up to an inch or two in a few spots before we're all finished up in a few cases. So we'll need to keep an eye on this as it does develop over time later on, especially as we head towards Wednesday. Average high temperature is 77 degrees. We'll do about that for today before we cool off Wednesday and gradually warming up Thursday and Friday before the 70s and 80s return again Saturday, Sunday, and also in your Monday. So that forecast for today looks a little bit like this: partly cloudy, slight chance for a shower, highs in the upper 70s, and that south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, middle 60s, showers moving in late areas of dense fog with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Tomorrow, upper 60s to lower 70s, rain likely, thunder possible as well with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Here is a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Mostly sunny on Thursday and Friday. Highs Thursday in the low 70s, middle 70s on Friday, and partly cloudy Saturday. Highs in the upper 70s to lower 80s.
Fear, pain, and anxiety are all feelings associated with dental treatments, but it doesn't have to be that way. Dental lasers offer a way to remove tooth decay without using the dental drill. In fact, we do most dental fillings here at Twin City Dental without numbing, so no needle. And for treatments like root canals or having many teeth extracted, we also provide IV sedation. So call Twin City Dental for your next dentist appointment.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT Turbo Max pickups, or current Chevy owners get $9,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit your main Chevy dealer.
You should Angie that.
Angie what?
Angie that. It means connecting with skilled professionals for all your home projects, from repairs to renovations, so you can get the most out of your home. Get started today at Angie.com.
Summer is ending, but the savings are endless at Bob's Discount Furniture. With 6, 12, 30, and 60-month financing options and new everyday low prices on my highly rated furniture, mattresses, and more. So join the fun at my summer send-off celebration.
On the next Last Man Standing.
You gotta tell Mom we never want to go hiking with her again.
It turned into a 4-hour lesson in geology.
Turns out every rock has a story, and they're all
boring.
When Vanessa tries to fill a void in her life,
I signed us up for ballroom dancing.
Now you get to spend time with Mom.
the rest of the family tries to avoid her.
Is there a particular step you want to learn?
Yeah, the happy dance. When I know this is over.
Last man standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Now to the latest on former President Donald Trump's legal cases. Despite Trump's attorneys' requests for delays, a D.C. federal judge has set a 2024 trial date in the special counsel's election interference case. And in Georgia, a judge is ordering Trump and 18 other co-defendants to appear for arraignment next week on conspiracy and racketeering charges. ABC's Justin Finch is following the developments from Washington.
This morning, a trial date set. Special counsel Jack Smith in the Washington, D.C. federal courtroom as Judge Tanya Chutkan scheduled March 4th, 2024 for Smith's 2020 election interference case against former President Donald Trump to begin. That date is just one day before Super Tuesday, when several states hold presidential primary elections. Trump's lawyers sought a more than 2-year delay to April 2026. Trump blasting the judge's decision, calling her a biased, Trump-hating judge on social media. Prosecutors pointing to Trump's behavior on a near-daily basis, including his social media, as grounds for a speedy trial, saying he has publicly disparaged witnesses, he has attacked the integrity of the courts, the citizens of the District of Columbia who make up our jury pool, and this potentially prejudices the jury pool. Judge Chutkan appearing to agree, saying there is a societal interest to a speedy trial. In Georgia, former Trump White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows in Fulton County Court.
How are you feeling today, Mr. Meadows?
Meadows, who wants his case moved to federal court in hopes of finding a more sympathetic jury, testified for more than 3 hours. And no ruling yet in the Meadows case, potentially leaving him to appear along with Trump and 17 other co-defendants on the Georgia court-ordered arraignment date of September 6th. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
The other big story this morning, the deadly shooting at the University of North Carolina. A graduate student now in custody after a faculty member was killed there. Here's ABC's Lionel Moyce with more.
This is truly a tragic day for our campus community.
This morning, another deadly on-campus shooting, a gunman opening fire at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill.
Stage for law enforcement, possible active shooter on campus.
Killing a faculty member and forcing the university to go on lockdown Monday. Campus authorities had released this photo. The same photo on the university's website identifies him as a graduate student. Chaos on campus as students sheltered in place.
No one knew what was going on. First thing I did, I called my mom, told her I loved her.
This video showing a bullet hole in one of the buildings on campus.
We'd locked the doors pretty quickly, and we were just kind of like hunkering down.
Cell phone video from inside a lab shows police clearing room by room. And in dorms, students pushing furniture against doors.
Everyone was just panicking. People almost opened the door, and they were told not to open the door, and then finally we got evacuated.
One student survived a shooting in high school only to experience another one as a college junior.
I guess I've grown a lot of resilience.
A nearby grade school also put on lockdown.
He's in kindergarten, and this was the last thing that I was kind of hoping to feel on the first day of my kids' school.
The university's chancellor mourning the loss of the faculty member, saying this shooting damages the trust and safety that we so often take for granted on our campus. We will work to rebuild that trust and safety. The victim's name has not been released yet. So far, motive for the shooting is unclear. All university classes are canceled today. Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
Well, Monday marked 60 years since an estimated 250,000 people gathered at the Lincoln Memorial for the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. Now the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. is being commemorated. Fox News correspondent Carolyn Shively with that report.
If I could speak to my grandfather today, I would say, I am sorry we still have to be here to rededicate ourselves to finishing your work and ultimately realizing your hidden dream.
60 years after Martin Luther King Jr. marched on Washington, his granddaughter stood on those very steps at the Lincoln Memorial to speak about his dream and how the thousands who gathered along the mall on Saturday are working to fulfill it.
Dreamers will win. The dreamers will march. The dreamers will stand up.
On Monday, President Biden met with the King family, then commemorated the anniversary of the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights under law. He underlined the work that still has to be done as he spoke about the shooting death of 3 African Americans in Jacksonville, Florida on Saturday that is now being investigated as a hate crime.
The U.S. intelligence community is determined that domestic terrorism rooted in white supremacy is the greatest terrorist threat we face in the homeland, the greatest threat. We have to act.
Civil rights leaders who met with the president say the attack in Jacksonville is about more than one crime.
That straight line is the evil of white nationalism and the toxic damage that hate can do. So for me, this attack in Jacksonville, that wasn't just an attack on Black Americans.
The King family is calling for the passage of new voting rights legislation, but with such an evenly divided Congress, it is unlikely to make it through either chamber. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
And coming up on the second half of the newscast, a chance for Girl Scouts and their families to get into state parks for free. We'll tell you all about it as Good Morning Maine continues.
Hi, this is Jason.
And this is Jessica from Tossie's Checkout,
a family-owned business located in Glenburn.
Inviting you to come experience that welcoming hometown feeling when you're visiting our neck of the woods.
You can always expect tasty treats,
pizza,
spirits,
familiar faces,
and quality gasoline.
With summer approaching and Pushaw Lake nearby,
we look forward to seeing your smiling faces. Come check us out.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Today is Tuesday, August 29th, 2023. It is also Individual Rights Day. It's in honor of John Locke, a 17th century English philosopher whose groundbreaking writings argued for the rights of every single human being. According to Locke, anything that a man has as a matter of human rights or civil rights is to remain his. Although he conceded that humans often need to surrender some of their rights in exchange for the collective protection afforded by societies, he held that the basic individual rights include life, liberty, property, freedom of speech and religion, and also the freedom to petition the government. Very interesting. All right, on this day in history, way back in 1862, the Bureau of Engraving and Printing began operations in the U.S. at the Treasury. In 1957, the Senate gave final approval to a Civil Rights Act after South Carolina Senator Strom Thurmond ended a filibuster that lasted 24 hours. In 1966, the Beatles concluded their fourth American tour with their last public concert. It was held at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. And finally, in 2005, Hurricane Katrina hit the Louisiana coast, killing 1,800 people and causing billions in damage. It became the costliest storm on record here in the U.S. Today's birthdays include actor Elliot Gould, who is 85 years old today. Actor-singer Leah Michele is 36, and Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch is 55 years old today. Happy birthday to all of them. Well, if they were in Maine today, they would be dealing with some partly cloudy skies. Not a bad day out there today. You might see a passing rain shower, but no big deal. Here's Devin with more.
Alrighty, Craig, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today and access exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's a perfect gift for the summer. Showers moving through the region this morning, tracking from the southwest and going toward the north and east. This will mainly last during the morning period. We do have a slight chance for a few showers during the afternoon period, but the best opportunities are occurring now, mainly during the morning hours. As we zoom these out, there's more rain further down toward the south, just south of New York, and mainly over parts of the ocean. That's tracking off towards the north and east as well. This will stay away from us today, but we will have better chances for rain moving in as we head towards the daytime tomorrow. Futurecast for today showing a few raindrops. Will show some sunshine during the afternoon period as well. Later on tonight, clouds move in again. Showers begin as well as we head towards early Wednesday morning. The wind's not too bad, roughly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour at best today. Lingering in it tonight, maybe calming down just a bit as well, and not too bad as we head towards tomorrow, roughly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, maybe calmer farther inland as well, but a lot more wind over the ocean as we do move forward. As for today, not too bad. Upper 70s, partly cloudy, slight chance for a shower. Less south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, middle 60s, showers moving in late. Areas of dense fog as well, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing a partly cloudy sky. Temperatures in the 70s with a slight chance for showers. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig?
All right, thank you, Devin. We'll look forward to that. Girl Scouts from all around the state will enjoy free admission to Maine state parks for 2 days next month. The Weekend of Nature festivities is part of a nationwide Girl Scout celebration honoring the beauty and importance of protected state parks across the country. Along with free entry, specialized interactive workshops will also be taking place at some of the state parks, including the Hike Back in Time at Holbrook Island Sanctuary in Brooksville and Wonders of Wildlife at Mount Blue State Park in Weld. Any family members who accompany the Girl Scouts in the same vehicle on September 9th or 10th will also get into those parks for free. So mark your calendars. It's coming up in just another week or so. September 9th or 10th, you'll get into the parks free if you are a Girl Scout or have one in your family. All right, when we come back, all the day's sports news and more. Don't go away.
Behind every keepsake, there's a memory. Behind every photo, there's a story. Behind Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, there's people giving back by bringing back what was thought to be lost. The details, the time, and the expertise, all packaged up behind a name that Mainers have trusted for over 35 years. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
The Furniture Gallery is celebrating Labor Day. Sofas starting at $3.99. Recliners starting at $2.99. Queen mattresses also starting at $2.99. Choose from our large in-stock selection and take it home today. Like Ashley, Flexsteel, Serta, Restonic, and Nectar. So what are you waiting for? The Furniture Gallery's Labor Day sale is huge. Special financing is available. Support our Maine family-owned business and save money. Find your best value at the Furniture Gallery. Open 7 days a week. Augusta, Bangor, Newport, and North Windham.
Injured in an accident and in the hospital? This message is for you.
I was hurt in a serious accident.
It was no time to play games.
I only had one opportunity to get this right.
I called the law offices of Joe Bornstein, someone who knew what I was up against.
I found out what my case was really worth.
I was able to focus on getting better.
The law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Great service, great settlement.
Call Joe. The law offices of Joe Bornstein. Maine lawyers working for Maine people.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
Beat Shazam is back with guest host Nick Cannon and DJ Kelly Osbourne. Please come take this $1 million. Beat Shazam, Tuesdays on Fox.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start on the gridiron. Over the weekend, Brewer football made history, taking part in the first ever Witches versus Witches game against Salem, an event these players will never forget.
It was incredible. You know, it's a one-in-a-lifetime experience.
Brewer football made history Saturday, playing a scrimmage at Salem High School in Massachusetts, the first game between two teams named the Witches ever.
It was a really cool experience, just knowing that you're playing in the first ever Witches on Witches game.
Great experience for the kids. Very pleased with how we competed against a very good football team.
The event, which was mostly a controlled scrimmage, also marked the first time any team at Brewer High School had traveled out of state.
It felt nice going with your team, knowing that the boys are with you, family out of the families, they're with you, playing a game that you guys all love.
But their actual families and even beyond showed up and showed out. A bunch of Brewer fans made the 3+ hour trek in support of their boys.
When we walked back into the locker room after the game, we had a huge crowd waiting for us there. We know whenever we go into a game, we got the community behind us.
Another neat aspect of the game is that it was dedicated to Coach Ken Perrone, who, as crazy as it is, coached both the Brewer and Salem Witches in his storied career.
I played here at Brewer High School, and we heard stories about Coach Perrone. We have 2 coaches actually on our staff that played for Coach Perrone. You could tell he was very excited about it and very proud.
But it wasn't all pomp and circumstance. These kids came to play and prove themselves against a team like Salem. To say they were humbled is an understatement.
Their style of football was very aggressive. Ours is too, but they showed us a lot.
Even though Salem took home the Cauldron Cup, Brewer sees the scrimmage as a chance to really focus on where they need to improve. But it also could be a huge advantage.
AAU basketball, when you travel out of state and play very good competition in unfriendly environments, so to speak, and then when you go to these other places, maybe it's not quite as intimidating.
So what does the future hold? Well, the plan is for there to be a scrimmage next year where Salem comes up here to play. And who knows, maybe year after year after year.
I think it's good for all the grades coming up. All these kids that are in the youth football, they get to come up and eventually get to experience that Massachusetts football and get to learn a little bit.
So cool. Okay, now let's hit the links. It was a beautiful day to be out there Monday, and even better when you can help support the kids of the Children's Miracle Network. The Bangor Municipal Golf Course hosted the first annual Summer Classic for Maine kids. Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center organized the event to raise money for equipment, programs, and services, and all the comforts that kids need while they stay in the hospital.
So we really wanted an opportunity to raise funds and raise awareness for our children's services. We have kids that come from as far west as Jackman, as far north as Fort Kent, and as far east as Lubec.
Since 1987, Eastern Maine Medical Center has raised more than $10 million to support the children's charity. Every dollar raised will help get kids back to the business of being kids. Okay, now let's hit the racetrack. One of the biggest short track stock car races in the country was Sunday, the 50th annual Oxford 250 down at Oxford Plains, and it did not disappoint. Takes a while to get it started. Long rain delay before the green flag, plus 11 cautions throughout the race. First one comes early, 6 laps in. Pole sitter Jimmy Renfrew Jr. getting spun out by Cole Butcher. Renfrew finishes 14th. Speaking of Butcher, the big move of the race coming with 26 to go. The Nova Scotia native who won this race last year makes a great pass on Joey Doran for the lead. He would hold that lead and takes home the 50th Oxford 250. Butcher goes back to back.
Feels great, especially this to be the 50th running of the Oxford 250. It just feels awesome. I can't thank my team enough. They're the reason why we won this. They did excellent pit stop. I was just a dummy behind the wheel already. So can't thank them enough. Can't thank the Mayberries enough for putting on such a great event and getting this thing in today. And yeah, 2 in a row.
And finally, the Boston Red Sox. Sox starting yet another series with the Astros Monday night. Astros hold that coveted third wild card spot, so good chance to gain some ground. Bottom first, Sox get things started right. Tristan Casas rips this one into right. Justin Turner and Masa Yoshida score 2-0 Sox. Bottom 5, Sox trail 3-2 now until Adam Duvall hits this one way out of the strike zone, way out of here. Over the monster, onto Lansdowne, it's 4-3. Okay, top 6. Kyle Barraclaw in for Chris Sale. All you got to do is hold the lead. Okay, well, who am I kidding? It's the Sox in August. Jose Altuve hits one high off the monster. Bounces all around. He'll churn for a triple as 2-run score. 5-4 Astros. But hey, it's only a 1-run lead. They've already overcome one already. No. Yordan Alvarez turns things upside down. A 3-run homer to make it 8-4 Houston. 10 unanswered runs, all given up by Barraclaw in 4 1/3. Astros win it 13-5, and I sympathize with that kid right there. That's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
IPM Pest and Wildlife Services has more than 40 years of experience. We are your trusted pest control experts. We bring integrity, reputation, and effective solutions to every pest challenge. We provide bedbug, ant, flea, tick, and grub control, and we also catch larger rodents. Call today to prevent rodents and mice from invading your commercial property, home, or camp this fall. 400-7702, IPM Pest and Wildlife Services. No problems, only solutions.
Hi, I'm Tony Hafford from TC Hafford Basement Systems, the all things basement-y company. Basement waterproofing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. Since 1991, over 15,000 Maine homeowners have trusted TC Hafford Basement Systems to fix their basements. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basement-y.
Toyota's national sales event is on. Make the most of summer with a new Toyota.
We want the Great Tacoma.
Great Tacoma coming in hot.
On it! Highlander Hybrid.
Highlander Hybrid on the double hang.
Here we go. That Red RAV4.
Run a Red RAV4.
Hit the deck.
Now that's how you holler.
Right now, you could save up to $1,200 with affordable 3.99% financing on a head-turning Corolla. And every Corolla comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
There's a reason why Maine State's slogan is the way life should be. It's because our beautiful state is full of humble people, workers, business owners, and neighbors making a difference in their community. I'm always looking for positive and encouraging news stories about ordinary people doing extraordinary things. How fortunate am I that I get to share these special stories? Watch the good news weekdays on Fox 22 News at 10.
A lack of skilled workers is making it harder for some businesses to hire and complete jobs on time. A report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows 374,000 job openings in the construction industry and 582,000 openings in the manufacturing industry back in June of this year. Industry experts say many construction and manufacturing workers are starting to retire, and the workforce is not being replenished by younger workers. Industry experts also say younger generations are being taught that digital skills such as coding are more important to learn than machine skills. Venture capital firm Eclipse says the shortage is contributing to a delay in jobs. Well, it's no secret that your diet affects your health, but there's new evidence that the types of food you eat, especially later in life, could affect your risk of developing heart disease or cancer. With more, here's ABC's Ike Ajachi.
What you eat for dinner is often guided by what's available or recent cravings, but a more strategic approach can have long-lasting effects. A recent study published in the Journal of Internal Medicine looked at the heart health of 370,000 people ages 50 through 70 on various diets for more than 20 years. Researchers found that diets low in saturated fats like butter and palm oil, but high in plant proteins like beans, tofu, and nuts were associated with less heart disease, cancer, and death in people 50 to 70 years old. On the other hand, people who ate diets high in processed carbs, high in butter, and who got protein from meat struggled with more heart problems, cancers, and deaths from many different causes. The next time you decide to plan a family dinner, especially with grandparents coming, you might want to consider a more plant-based approach to the menu. Choose chicken, fish, or a vegetarian option, lots of fruits, veggies, nuts, and reach for the olive oil instead of butter. With this Medical Minute, I'm Mike Ajachi.
And now here's another check of our forecast with Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today and access exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's a perfect gift for the summer. Alrighty, this morning, showers are tracking from the southwest and going toward the north and east. We'll keep this going during the morning period, but we'll back off in coverage throughout the morning into the afternoon hours. Slight chance for a few showers still cannot be ruled out during the afternoon, but the best opportunities will be during the morning period, though. A lot going on in the south. satellite imagery right now. We have this front right about in here, helping to steer some of the tropical systems that are currently developing right now. We have Idalia right about in here that's expected to hit Florida. And of course, Franklin now will stay away from us, and track off towards the north and east. But meanwhile, another cold front moving through parts of the U.S. and Canada as well. Let's take a look at things right now as well. A lot of trouble, though, over in the tropics. We do have Idalia right about in here. Still a tropical storm, is expected to become a hurricane very soon. And of course, Franklin's still a Category 4 hurricane as well. Here's the latest info that we have. 70-mile-per-hour tropical storm tracking to the north at 8 miles per hour for Idalia here. Then here's Franklin, 145-mile-per-hour hurricane tracking to the north at around 9 miles per hour. Idalia's projected path looks a little bit like this. It's supposed to track off towards the north and east as we do move forward, though, with landfall possible by Wednesday morning into Florida as a Category 3 hurricane. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets stronger, though. That Gulf of Mexico right now is very hot, so we'll have to watch and see how this thing develops. And of course, it'll interact with land and continue to track off towards the east. As for Franklin, though, it is just going to track off towards the north and east and pretty much not cause much issues for us, though, except maybe some rip currents along the coast, and that'll be about it there. But otherwise, though, futurecast moving forward, showing some clouds today, but that'll break up during the afternoon period. Maybe a few raindrops as well from time to time. Overnight tonight, we'll be watching for clouds moving in. Showers again as we head towards early Wednesday morning. Better opportunities by late morning to the afternoon period. Even a few rumbles of thunder cannot be ruled out either, especially during the afternoon hours as well. And some decent chances for some rainfall as well, maybe up to an inch or two in a few spots before we're all finished up in a few cases. So we'll need to keep an eye on this as it does develop over time later on, especially as we head towards Wednesday. Average high temperature is 77 degrees. We'll do about that for today before we cool off Wednesday and gradually warming up Thursday and Friday before the 70s and 80s return again Saturday, Sunday, and also in near Monday. So the forecast for today looks a little bit like this: partly cloudy, slight chance for a shower, highs in the upper 70s, and that south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, middle 60s, showers moving in late areas of dense fog with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Tomorrow, upper 60s to lower 70s, rain likely, thunder possible as well with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Here is a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Maryland Monroe Spas. Mostly sunny on Thursday and Friday. Highs Thursday in the low 70s, middle 70s on Friday, and partly cloudy Saturday. Highs in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Alrighty, Craig, thank you very much.
Hood is the cottage cheese lovers love. Start with our award-winning country style. It's delicious on its own, or like this. That. Even, sure. Plus, it's got more protein than hummus and less sugar than yogurt. Then there's Hood's flavors. We expertly blend in real fruit or savory herbs for an unbeatable taste combination you can't recreate at home. Now that's cottage cheese. Hood cottage cheese. Always good, always Hood.
You should Angie that.
Angie what?
Angie that. It means comparing custom quotes from skilled service professionals or booking at an upfront price so you can find the best price for you. Get started today at Angie.com.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
In 16 years, Greg Gerstner will land the perfect cannonball with friends he's already meeting now at AARP volunteer and community events to help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
It was quiet for too long. Now, college football is back. And so is the noise. Wow. Bring on the rivalries. Watch out! Hold down the fort.
What a game!
Feel what you've been missing.
Listen to this drop.
College football on Fox.
Touchdown! Unbelievable!
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. These wrestlers competed to bring home the gravy. Take a look at this. The Rose and Bowl Pub in Stacksteads, England, hosted the World Gravy Wrestling Championship on Monday. Competitors dressed up in fancy outfits and jumped in gravy-filled pools to raise money for a hospice care facility. Matches lasted about 2 minutes each, with the wrestlers getting hosed off by firefighters at the end. Judges picked the winners based on their wrestling skills and the costumes that they wore. That's what we need in Maine, some gravy wrestling. Well, summer might be coming to an end soon, but Dairy Queen wants to treat customers to a sweet deal. The fast food chain is celebrating its fall menu by offering customers blizzards for 85 cents. The deal is only available from September 11th through September 24th, but there is a catch. Customers have to use the Dairy Queen app to score those treats. So if you're interested, you may want to download that app ahead of time. That's it for now, folks. We thank you so much for joining us. ABC 7 News at 6 tonight. We'll have all the latest news, sports, and weather. Hope to see you there. And we'll see you back here on the morning show tomorrow morning. In the meantime, have a great day.